War. War never changes. The United States of America died generations ago when the Great War ended civilization as we know it. The atomic bombs fell, the radioactive dust settled over sprawling ruins, and the world fell quiet over the bones of all we lost. But life did not end there. America became the dominion of mutated beasts, terrifying monsters, weird and irradiated plants, wandering robots free from their creators, and surprising new forms of humanity. And the people who survived the nuclear apocalypse did what folks have done for thousands of years. They adapted and survived. They salvaged, rebuilt, and reclaimed what they could of the old world. Over the years, pockets of civilization began to take hold in the wild wastelands across America, fighting with each other for control of what they had left. There are many stories of humanity's attempt to cling to life and build a new future amidst the ashes. This actual play series contains one such story, and the ending has yet to be written. Players, friends, and viewers, thank you all for joining me in writing this chapter in our own Tales of the Commonwealth. Wrap up warm, it's going to be a cold nuclear winter. Make sure you're stocked up on chems and ammo, because war never changes. And thus, we begin the winter of Atom. So,
That's going to be a chilly time.
you are approaching Diamond City. As the sun sets and the shadows lengthen around Diamond City, a row of heavily armed guards descend the stairs and line up beneath the shutters, batons drawn and ready for action. "Step back!" a voice cries as the shutters begin to grind downward. A large group of freezing refugees surges forward to meet the shuttering gates. They scream and shout in a desperate attempt to reach the relative safety and warmth of the settlement. But a sharp crack from a guard's baton sends a figure at the front of the crowd reeling. The doors are closed for another night, it seems. Each of you stands in the middle of the refugee mob as the mass of bodies presses and writhes against the gates. Another pocket of commotion springs up further back in the crowd. I'd like you all to make a group perception and survival test with a difficulty of 0. So, whoever is best at perception survival, or whoever wants to do it, makes a test. Everyone else rolls 1 dice, and we add the successes together. You have a difficulty of 0, but you're trying to gain as many action points here as you can. And I'm going to move us to our first scene.
Okay.
So mine's 0.
I
So
will roll that survival perception because I'm good at it.
Okay. What dice did we just roll by itself?
Just roll 2d20.
Okay.
That's 2 successes.
So that is 2 action points. Oh no, sorry, the rest of you only roll 1d20.
Oh.
So, Max, does the 7 make it? Is the 7 beat your target number for survival and perception? So it's survival plus perception is the target number.
Okay, well, I don't have any skills in survival, but perception...
Then it means, the
It's
points in your survival.
7. So yeah,
Yeah,
7
perception.
meets
Yep.
7.
7 matches, so we've got 3
Mhm.
successes. Martin, you got 7 and 9, you're only supposed to roll 1, so we'll take the 7. Does that beat it for you?
What am I supposed to be beating?
Survival plus perception.
Oh, I need to roll that as well. I thought only one of us was rolling.
No,
that one.
so it's an assisted roll, it's a group roll, so Schoon has rolled the main roll, you all just roll 1d20. I'm happy to take the first roll though, the 7. So does 7 beat your target number?
Let me roll. So I have to roll survival.
No, you
too.
have to. What?
And Chris, that's not going to make it.
No, what, Martin? What is your perception survival?
Do I have
total.
to roll for that?
No, no, no.
mine's
No.
I'll take,
mine's
That's what I'm.
0.
I'll take the dice
Yeah,
for
Where's
every
it?
roll, that's fine.
I rolled it, but I got my 0 as well for all the
Okay, so
rank and stuff.
your perception is 5, and your survival is 0, so you didn't make it. So we had 4 successes,
Yeah.
though. 4 successes is good. So, you can see that the commotion at the gate centres around a lone figure being jostled by the crowd. The woman is beaten and bruised, her thinly padded armour torn in multiple places, and her face is covered in deep lacerations. She tries in vain to press forward through the crowd, but people keep pushing her back, sneering and laughing as she stumbles around. "Help!" she cries, her voice weakening with every moment. "Please, Mayor McDonough, I need to warn him. And before we go into any more, I want to get each of the players to formally introduce their characters. And I'm going to do it by asking you a series of questions. That's how it goes in Fallout. So, I'll go from left to right on my screen. So, Skoon and your character, Norm Allman. Were you originally from the Commonwealth, or are you from another region?
No, I'm from the Commonwealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So where's your original home? Are you from a settlement near here?
Well, that's the problem with Norm Allman. He has a little bit of a problem with his memory.
Amnesia.
Ev-
Okay.
Every so often, he forgets everything that happened. It does take a while, but he still thinks that he's just a normal man.
Okay. Do you know anyone else in this group before coming together in this crowd?
I would say no.
And how's
I
your
travel
character?
mostly alone.
Okay. and
Somehow people don't want to travel with me. Don't know why.
You
but
don't know why. How is your character responding to what they witness at the gates here today?
Well, are they all normal humans?
So it's Diamond City, so there's not any ghouls trying to get in. But yeah, I would say mostly it's
okay.
humans. There's a bunch of humans trying to get in.
Then I wouldn't. Then I would be like, why aren't they letting us normal men in?
Okay. So next on my screen it is Max playing Red Alert. So same questions to you, Max. Where are you originally from? Is it the Commonwealth or another region?
From the region that he's not from the Commonwealth, but the region he's from the Appalachian area.
Oh,
So he's
Fallout
from West
76 area.
Virginia. Mm-hmm.
Cool. And why did you leave?
He doesn't know for some reason that he has like something his program tells him he has to search for something here.
Okay.
So he doesn't know why.
Oh
Okay.
wait, yeah, I forgot to put him in this one. Sorry, he's not visible here. There.
Yeah. Did you know anyone else in the group before you came together in this crowd?
No, he basically is just as he saw the crowd and he's like full of humans and he's like saying greetings and just trying to gauge what's going on.
And how is your character responding to this scene at the gates?
He basically will walk up to the group of people and start picking people up, moving to the side and get to the woman.
Okay. Hold that thought then. I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Next on my screen it is Chris. So Chris, you are playing Tank the Super Mutant. Would you like to answer the same questions? Let me just find the PDF again. So, were you originally from the Commonwealth or are you from another region?
I don't know borders.
Okay.
I live under bridges and tunnels.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, he's making us a super mutant as a troll.
And why did you leave?
Hungry.
Hey, do you know anyone else in this group before coming together in this crowd?
No.
And how are you responding to what you witnessed at the gates?
I didn't see. I'm smashing a pole against the ground, trying to find oil.
Just by smashing a pole into the ground.
Yeah.
I love that. And how... Oh no, that's you. Sorry. So, next, Martin, and you are playing Ronnie, a Vault Dweller. So, were you originally from the Commonwealth or are you from another region?
I don't know. I think she's probably from California, and then she's been in a vault for quite a long time.
You want to tell the audience which vault, what vault number it is?
She's Vault 68, which does have a law behind it,
Yeah, it
but
does.
not the law that you're thinking.
So, if you are intrigued about Vault 68, go Google Vault 68. It's a lot of fun, and Martin, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun with that being your origin. So, that was your original home. Why did you leave the vault, Ronnie?
Well, I mean, I don't know how long, because of all the vaults, did all the vaults open at the same time? Do they all
No, not
randomly?
at all. No, not at all.
Okay.
Some are not open, some never sealed properly. It's all different for all the different vaults.
I mean, yeah, she's been there for about, I don't know, 10 years since the whole Calamity thing happened. And, yeah, it's basically being held up with all these men, like a whole male vault. So she's a bit confused, especially because they had these, like, every day was like a party day. And, like, all the guys seemed to be more interested in each other. So it was a bit, yeah, she just was like, it's fun. The partying and the drinking and the cool clothes were nice for like 10 years, but you know, she's had her egg harvested a bit, so she's helped the community, but she's ready to just see if there's more than just parties and glitter.
Okay.
So she's thinking, you know, maybe if she can find other people that are more like her. She feels strange. She didn't really fit in the vault with all the fabulous men that
With the
she
999 men
benefited.
and no other women.
Yeah, yeah, they were all more interested in each other, and she made lots of friends. But she's just thinking maybe there's more to life than parties and glitter and stuff.
Okay, and did you know anyone in this group before coming together in this crowd?
I doubt it. Think
Okay.
for the descriptions, I don't think so.
No, I don't think there was anything in your backstory that would say you do. I would say you are all strangers. It makes the most sense. And how does Ronnie, the Vault Dweller, respond to this scene at the gates? People trying to get in, the gates is shut, and there's a woman desperately trying to get in. She needs to speak to Mayor McDonough. How are you responding to that?
She is excited. She's like, she has boobs like me. I need to talk to her immediately. You know, she's just amazed. She's never seen anyone like this before. She wants to be best friends immediately.
Okay, so as a group, this is your first chance to spend action points. You have 4, and you can spend a maximum of 4 to obtain information here about the scene. You can spend 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. How many pieces of information would you like as a group then?
You just take all, or
Since there's 4 of us, right? We'll decide who wants to use one. So either just say yes or no.
Right, okay, Schooner, you spending one?
yeah.
The woman wears the garb of a Diamond City Caravan guard. Max, would you like to spend a point? That voice mode isn't working, Max. Just use your normal voice, mate.
Yeah, it's
Coming through all garbled.
incoherent.
Mm-hmm. Just use normal
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. So he doesn't really, he's not really paying attention to what's really going on. Like everybody, he just sees someone needs help, and he just like kind of carefully get everybody out of his way, just heading toward a woman. That's his main focus right there.
But would you like to spend an action point to find out some information? There's 4 action points and 4 players, so we're deciding individually who wants to spend one.
No, not right now.
Okay. Chris, would you like to spend an action point?
No.
Okay, and Martin, would you like to spend an action point?
Yeah, Ronnie wants to spend an action point. Plus, Marty doesn't really know what action points are, so either way, works out for me.
Action points are the meta currency of the game. You know, you do know this.
I know, I do know a bit, but again, I also don't know it, so you know, we'll see.
And that guy has played in all of the campaigns up till now.
So,
I'm the pretty one, Scoo, and that's my only job. I just sit here and people look at me and I go home.
I'm the pretty one, Martin. Don't kid yourself. So,
Can't be the producer.
Yeah,
I'm
why
the,
don't you
you
believe
can't
that?
be the you can't be the porn director and the porn star. That's just selfish.
I'm a man of many talents, Martin, mate. Okay, let me pick one of these 3 bits of information. What do I think is the best to give you? I would say that this panicked crowd looks like it might turn hostile soon if she keeps trying to force her way through them. What would you like to do? This woman seems desperate to get into Diamond City. She's dressed as a Diamond City Caravan guard. Would you like to do anything?
And we don't know each other, right? We're not like friends. We're just in
You
this
all
crowd.
don't
with
know
everyone
each other,
else.
but let's say you are all trying to get into Diamond City. It's a nuclear winter and it's the coldest one yet, and you need shelter, or you're going to die out here.
I'm gonna chase
Am
after.
I?
It's like I'm gonna be like, hey, me, I'm a female, and jump up and down a bit and try and run over to her.
Okay. So,
Would I die in a nuclear winter? Well, I would think so myself, but would a ghoul die in a nuclear winter?
Well, not so much, but you are only well, you are ghoulified. You still eat and drink and stuff. You're not feral. Okay, so there's a couple of things you could do here. It's impossible to get to this woman, Ronnie, through the crowd. If you want to get to this woman through the crowd, I'm going to need you to make either a charisma and speech test with a difficulty of 3 to convince the crowd to stop bothering her, or anyone, can make a strength plus speech or weapon skill with a difficulty of 2 to intimidate the mob into backing away.
I scream at them and say, "Meat bags, move!"
Okay, so that's strength plus speech or a weapon skill. And weapon skill, I'm going to say that includes unarmed as well. You could be raising your fists, like. Difficulty of 2. Is this us we're getting our first dice roll of the game, folks?
No,
So-
but I
sorry.
already did that.
Sorry,
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
what-
We've had our dice roll. So,
What
whatever.
am I rolling?
What's your best weapon skill? What's your best combat skill?
Am I rolling a weapon?
You're not making an attack. You're making a skill test on strength plus speech or a weapon skill. Imagine you've probably got a weapon skill that's better than your speech as a super mutant, right?
Yeah.
So whatever
strength.
weapon skill's good, roll strength plus that. Now I know you've got 3 in big guns, but you currently don't have a big gun, so it can't be that.
Melee.
So strength melee, strength 1 success, and you needed 2 successes for that to succeed. Now it's too late to spend an action point to get an extra dice, but if you want, you can spend a luck point to re-roll the 16.
Aye, let's do that. Just roll another d20.
Just
then?
roll a d20. Success. So, you managed to intimidate the mob into backing away from the woman. So, you now have a chance to speak to her.
Yay, can I run over and talk to her?
Yep, absolutely. So,
Hmm.
the woman will introduce herself to you, Ronnie. Her name is Evie, and she says, "I really need to get in to speak to Mayor McDonough. It's important Diamond City business. I really desperately need to get in."
She's like, well, I'll help you. You seem nice. It's like I've never really met anyone like you before, so I'm willing to reserve all judgment, even if you're a synth, which I've heard of, and try and help her.
So the crowd parts and allows you to walk with Evie to the gate, and you're at the gate with some guards. Now Evie,
I'll follow behind.
okay. So the Evie is going to plead with the guards, and because you've cleared the way for her to get through, she gets a chance to speak to the guards, and the guards can now see that she is wearing the uniform of a Diamond City Caravan guard, and they will allow Evie to go in. They open the gate slightly and allow her to go in, and Evie will say, come, you've helped me, you deserve to get in, come, and your friends. And this is your chance to get in to Diamond City.
Oh, she's like, I don't know those people, like these weird people, but she's like, okay.
Out
so
of the
run-
way, people, I need to get in here. Yes, thank you. Just a normal guy here. Just want to go in.
So the crowd parts
Yeah,
allows you and Evie to get in, the 4 of you, and Evie can make your way inside Diamond City. Evie says, as the gates close, she says to you, thank you so much. I need to go see Mayor McDonough. Please come with me, and I'll see if I can get him to pardon you to stay here for the winter or something. You've helped me, and I want to help you back. Please come with me. And the guards will lead you into Diamond City. And for anyone that's played Fallout 4, you know that you go down the stairs into the stadium. You take an immediate right and go up some stairs, And then you go up a walkway and up some more stairs.
Or take the scaffolding elevator.
Or there's the scaffolding elevator, scoon you nerd. And you find yourselves at the door of a house. And she says, this is Mayor McDonough's home. Please come with me, please come with me. And she knocks the door. After a few moments, a man answers the door. This is Mayor McDonough. Bear with me. So, Mayor McDonough is older than most Wastelanders, with streaks of silver in his hair and a smooth bulge over his waistband that speaks to the relative luxury he lives in, compared to most people in the city. As the guards shuffle you in, he looks up from a pile of papers on his desk with a frown that quickly deepens when he takes in Evie's torn uniform and battered appearance. This doesn't bode well, he says, his voice crisp and clipped. We were expecting you days ago. Where's everyone else? What happened? It was awful, Evie says. The caravan, we were attacked. I fled. They're all dead. A look of defeat sweeps across Mayor McDonough's face, and then his eyes turn to you all, and you see a glimmer of hope. So Mayor McDonough says, and these are your friends, Evie. Okay. And he looks every one of you up and down, and he sees that you're all carrying weapons, and he appeals to you. He says, "My friends, I have a deal for you. If you want a home for the winter, I would be willing to give you one. I can make you Diamond City residents. I can give you citizenship here, but you must do something for me." Evie and the mayor talk for a little more, and she tells him how the train that was transporting the goods was derailed and robbed. Some of you may or may not know that there is a small section of rails still operating in the wasteland, and it's used for the trade route. Evie was a caravan guard for this trade route, and she explains how the train was hijacked, it was blown up, blown off the rails, all her fellow guards were killed, and all the goods were stolen. Mayor McDonough he seems desperate. This was food. This was food and water that's been bought and paid for by trade, and this is the food and water that's going to get Diamond City through the winter. Without that shipment of food and water, Diamond City will starve. Please, my friends, will you investigate? Will you go out to the site where she was ambushed and see if you can find out who ambushed the train, and see if you can find my goods? I will give you citizenship in Diamond City for forever. But please, you must help me.
Yeah, sure.
I will
Probably be
love
ghouls.
to help.
So, Evie is going to tell you a few things. She tells you that the supply train was a literal train travelling along the stretch of railroad that's kept in good repair by the combined efforts of a group of traders. They were attacked at the end of the line while transferring supplies from the trains to wagons meant to carry the goods to Diamond City. The attack site's about a 24-hour journey from Diamond City, located near a large radio tower that leans at a sharp angle, a good landmark for navigation. A few days ago, the caravan picked up a traveller, a strange man wearing priest robes that kept to himself. Evie says she didn't trust him. She thinks the attackers were simple raiders, but they were very well armed and knew precisely when and where to strike. It says here, if the PC stepped in and rescued Evie in the previous scene, her injuries aren't terrible, and she offers to accompany the PCs to the attack site. I forgot to make a token for her, but I'll work that out. And I have to increase the player's attack action points pool to 6.
Ooh, nice.
So you now have full action points. And her knowledge of the area reduces the difficulty of your navigation tests by 1. So remember, your navigation test, which is a new mechanic introduced in the Winter of Atom campaign that we're going to do for the first time soon. Someday remember that you will be lowering your difficulty by 1 if she goes with you. Now, do you want her to go with you? It's going to make it easier to get there, but she's not armed like you are. It's up to you.
Yeah, definitely. She's my best friend now, so yeah, I'm dragging her with me.
Okay.
I just look at everybody else and I'm like,
So Mayor McDonough gives you, and it doesn't say it here for some reason, I can't remember where I found it before, but he gives you 10 common materials. Common materials, well, materials in general, are what you use to build your campsite. So travelling is a new mechanic introduced in this scenario, and building campsites is another one that's introduced in this scenario, and we're going to get to do them both in this session, because it's a 24-hour journey, you will need to camp. So, we proceed. Unless...
Just so you know, the whole time you've been in Diamond City, I haven't been there. Because I've just been chasing the meat bags around the outside, playing kissy catchy, but they don't know that.
Right, so does that mean that you didn't go into Diamond City, you didn't go and speak to the mayor, it's just EC that did?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be awkward when you try to get your citizenship with the rest of them, but we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that works
I'm
out.
a
it
super
would also be
mutant. I'm
awkward.
not gonna get a fucking citizenship to Diamond City.
Well,
It would also be awkward to try and get him along with us because we don't know who he is now.
well, you will... Unless, well, I'm not going to move on to the next scene unless... Do you guys want to ask any questions to to Mayor McDonough? Do you want to ask Evie any questions before you go on your mission?
Who do they think attacked the cargo train?
She thinks it was... She says they seemed like raiders, but they were very well armed and armoured for raiders. Now, anyone with any bit of knowledge of the Commonwealth knows that might be gunners, which are a more organised, militaristic group of raiders that tend to have stronger strongholds, better armour, better weapons, and just be more organised in general. Good question. Any others?
Trying to think.
How far away? What is the location?
It's like a whole day, like a 24-hour journey. Now remember, this is the wasteland, so you walk a lot less in 24 hours than you would in real life on normal pavements and roads. Remember, everything's destroyed. It's nuclear winter, so it's snowing for a start. It's difficult to see, and there's just waste and rubble everywhere. It takes you a long time to go a short distance, so it's about 24 hours travel.
And how long ago did this happen? So did it take her a day to get here? So it was a day ago.
So around 24 hours ago, yeah, and it took her 24 hours to get there, to get from there to here.
Okay.
Was there more instances that happened like this? Was this just a one-time deal, or was there more? Has this happened before?
No, this is the first time it's happened to them.
And did they get any threats beforehand? Like someone said, we're gonna do this unless you do this, or was it just like a surprise?
No, it seems to have been a random attack, but well organised. They knew exactly when and where to strike.
Do you think maybe someone in your group maybe confessed to somebody about what's going on?
Or perhaps it would make sense. Maybe there was it was an inside job, but it can't have been anyone who was on the job because they killed everyone. I was very lucky to survive. Everyone else died. So if there was a traitor, they weren't amongst that group. They weren't amongst the caravan and the guards.
Is there maybe a known location of like a gunner's hideout nearby?
Not that we know of, no.
Well then, no time like the present, let's go.
Okay. So, this is our new mechanic, Traversing the Commonwealth. I'm reading it from the book because it's easier than the PDF. Traversing the Commonwealth is inherently dangerous. The constant below freezing temperatures of the crushing winter mean that a painful death from exposure is always knocking at the door. And that's before dealing with the usual hazards of the wasteland: raiders, mutants, radiation, and worse. Well, Diamond City, Good Neighbour, and the creator of... Oh no, I don't read that bit, Oliver, don't read that bit. Large portions of this adventure require travelling the wasteland and searching for peoples or places, often with only minimal information to go on. So this section provides you rules for determining the outcome of long journeys. So we're going to navigate the wasteland. So, step 1, journey difficulty. The base difficulty of a navigation test is 0. When assessing the difficulty of a journey, consider the following questions and increase the navigation difficulty by 1 for each no answer with a maximum difficulty of 5. Now remember, this is the one you're going to do a -1 on because you've taken Evie with you. So, first question, is the journey along established routes between settlements? Yes. Are the PCs familiar with the area? No.
Yes. I'm
Oh.
from the Commonwealth.
Okay, let's say yes. Is the area under the control of a friendly faction? No. It's neutral territory, so that's our first no. Has the group been given good directions, and do they know of prominent landmarks to aid navigation? Yes. Are obstacles in the path? High mountains, sucking swamps, irradiated wastes, hostile settlements, and terrible winter weather. Are they easily avoided or circumnavigated? I'm going to say no. So your difficulty is 2 currently, and we reduce that by 1 because Evie is going with you. Step 2. Choose a navigator. The players decide amongst them who will lead the expedition. They may choose a consistent navigator or choose one based on the fiction. For instance, if a PC has been to the location before, it makes sense that they might lead the journey. Because the navigation test uses survival skill, players may decide that the PC with the best survival will always be the navigator unless stated otherwise. So, who's going to be your navigator?
I do have a survival of 3.
That sounds good to me.
Actually,
And I know the area.
Oh,
Because
okay. So is that any objections to Norm being the navigator for the first journey then?
No.
Step 3. Decide journey speed. The navigator decides on the speed of the journey with the following results. Cautious doubles the journey duration, but decreases navigation test difficulty by 2, and you cannot roll complications. Normal, you do not change the journey duration, decrease the navigation test by 1, and set the complication range to 2, which is a 19 or 20. Or hurried, you half the journey duration and set the complication range to 4, 17 to 20. So are you going to go cautious, normal, or hurried?
normal.
Okay. Step 4. Prepare the test. By default, navigating requires an endurance and survival test with a difficulty set in step 1 and modified in step 3. So your difficulty your difficulty is 0 and your complication range is 2. So you've got difficulty 0. The navigator, you can make a case for using an attribute other than endurance for the test as long as I agree. So if you've got a stat that you think would be better for it, you can, if you can convince me that that works, you can use it.
The only logical one that I would say, and it is higher, it would be agility, because it is rough terrain. You need to be agile to travel through it, but...
Yeah, due to the harsh winter weather conditions, though, I'm going to say it's definitely more endurance than agility in this case.
Yeah.
Good try, but I'm not going to give you it this time. So, you navigator cannot spend action points to roll more dice in this test, but it says you can spend action points to reduce the test difficulty. I don't know how you can do one and not the other. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, all right. So if you come up with a clever plan to help you during your wintry trek, it will cost you 2 action points to reduce the difficulty by 1. But you're currently on a difficulty of 0, so there's no need. The navigator's allies can assist the test per usual and describe what their character does to help during the journey. Assisting allies may act as scouts, keeping watch for raiders, scavengers looking for supplies, or other roles to aid the group's test. And then step 5, the navigation test. So the navigator makes their navigation test to resolve the final phase of their travel after camping. Role-playing the journey and
I
preparing.
would definitely know how Ronnie could help.
How's that?
She has a Pip-Boy, so she has a map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing, if she
Yeah,
has a
nice.
Pip-Boy... Me and Max, your voice mode's come on again, switch it off.
Okay, my bad.
So, step 5 is the navigation test. The navigator makes their navigation test to resolve the final phase of their travel after camping. Alright, so we've got to travel first. So, roll me Endurance Survivor. 0 successes, but it's your target number is a 0, so that's fine. You're just trying to make sure you don't get complications there. Okay. So there's no complications. Now, you don't arrive at your destination straight away because it's a long journey. You will get halfway there and it will become time to camp. And now we move on to the next mechanic, which is camping. Okay, just let me find it. Okay, so now you can spend action points at any time while traveling to find a point of interest, an opportunity to better your situation, or a scavenging location. And I have to allow the players to describe what they locate this way, although as GM I have the final say and can modify or add to the description. So, while travelling, you can spend 1 action point to find an ideal campsite. You can spend 2 action points to come up with a clever plan, so that reduces the difficulty of your next navigation test. A lucky break, you can spend 3 action points to have a lucky break, so you safely avoid a random encounter that occurs as a result of a complication. You didn't roll complications, so there's no need to do that. And 3 action points, you can do treasure from trash. So PCs come across a location, they can scavenge. So, if you spend 1 action point, you can have an ideal campsite. And 2 action points, you can reduce the next navigation test, and you'll have to do another one because you're only halfway there. And for 3, you can find something scavengeable. Would you like to do any of them in the first part of your journey? Remember,
We try to find some scavengers avoidable.
You've got 6 action points, remember? It's capped out. You can't ever get any higher than 6. And like we've discovered in this game, they come in thick as fast. Spend them as quick as you can, because they're going to come back.
I would say let's find something scavengeable.
Okay.
What do you guys say?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
I will do that.
Okay, so I'm going to look at the Winter Wasteland scavenging table. One of you, so you find, let's say you find...
A red rocket.
you find a red rocket, and it's completely looted, apart from this one thing that you find. So you spend some time searching this red rocket. Red rocket is a gas station. You spend some time searching it. It's mostly stripped dry, but you find a little stash that no one else has found before. Somebody wants to roll me 2d20. I'll tell you what you find.
Who's gonna roll?
I'll roll it.
Don't mind who rolls.
Oh, never mind.
You go to the top left on your character sheet, you can select the d20s.
Yeah, there's d20s there.
That's 1.
Guys rolled 2, just only showed up 1. So you've rolled a 15 and a 15. The total is 30. With a 30, you find a toolkit.
Ooh.
So add a toolkit to somebody's inventory. Now I have went through everybody's sheets with a fine-tooth comb to make sure we've got the cost, rarity and weight of everything. We don't need to bog down the gameplay with it just now though, because you're not going to be encumbered from carrying that, but at some point make sure we find toolkit in the rulebook and we put all the proper details in for that. I believe toolkits make repair checks easier and things like that. Something like that.
I mean, would anybody mind if I take that? I got the repair skill.
Go for it.
All right, you see red alert kind of picks it up and just sticks it in like a compartment or something and just okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, so after your
In his
scavenging
ass.
in his asshole. So after scavenging, it's time to make camp. The wasteland is full of dangers, and characters will need a safe place to rest after travelling across the radioactive landscape. Outside of settlements or fortified buildings, building campsites is the next best thing. Characters will find plenty of resources that can be repurposed for a makeshift shelter during their journey. Campsites might even attract visitors, though they may not always be friendly. Now, Mayor McDonough gave you 10 common materials, and common materials are how we set up campsites. Now, campsites can range from a simple fire and cooking pot huddled beneath the shadow on a hillside to a small mobile settlement with makeshift defensible walls and multiple shelters within. To build a campsite, Characters decide which tier of site they would like to build and spend materials, as noted in the following table. Who would like to be our person that keeps track of how many materials you have? Who's good at bookkeeping?
Not me.
You.
No volunteers?
I'm not good at that. I'm like,
I'm not a
uh,
bookkeeper. I'm just a normal man.
So you have 10 common materials. I'll write it down just now. Now, when you make a campsite, there are 6 tiers. Tier 1 is a difficulty of 0 and takes 2 common materials. Tier 2 is a difficulty of 2 and takes 3 common materials. Tier 3 is a difficulty of 3 and takes 4 common materials and 2 uncommon materials, and they go up to 6 from there. And they go right up to rare materials as well. So at the moment, you only have common materials. So your options are a tier 1 for a 0 difficulty test, and tier 2 for a 2 difficulty test. And it's a group intelligence test. So the main person makes a roll on intelligence plus whatever works for campsite. So survival or something else. It could be repair, it could be science, depends how you're doing it. You have to describe it. And then everybody else rolls 1d20 to assist. And they roll it on whatever skill they're using. So it's intelligence plus their skill. So you've got 2 options here. You can build a tier 1 campsite, or you can build a tier 2 campsite. Now, the tier determines how many features a campsite can have. So these are the possible features you can have in a campsite, with a maximum of 6 for a tier 6. At the moment, you've got a maximum of 2 with a tier 2. So the features you can have are, now, you can only have 2 of these things. You can pick 2, but no more, because that's the best you can do with this this type of material. So you can have a campfire, which provides warmth to help protect you from the cold exposure for short periods. And you can have shelter, which protects you from hazards, weather hazards. And when you combine a campfire and a shelter, this allows characters to sleep, rest, and recover from fatigue gained from cold exposure. You can have comfortable bedding, which will give you the well-rested trait in the morning, which is +2 maximum hit points until your next sleep. A cooking station provides a temporary cooking station with an open flame and tools necessary to craft food and beverages. You can have an alarmed site, so like can alarms and things like that. You can have a cleaned site, so the surrounding area has been cleared of any sources of disease or poison, and irradiated spots are marked so that characters can easily avoid them. You can have a concealed site, so it's hidden, and you can have a defensible site, so you get +2 dice of cover. So your options are campfire, shelter, comfortable bedding, cooking station, alarmed site, clean site, concealed site, and defensible site. There are 8 different things you can build. What level of campsite would you like to build? Would you like to build a tier 1, which has 1 of those features, or would you like to build a tier 2, which has 2 of those features?
Who is going to do the building?
You can all build
at least
together.
the main role.
Yeah, it's a group test. Who wants to do the main role?
Who has the highest intelligence? I would almost think the Vault Dweller.
Yeah, I've got 8. I don't know if anyone else has got.
Yeah,
like
she's
a
got
9.
I got a 5.
intelligence.
I got a 5.
Same.
Right. I mean, I can do it. So I roll just intelligence, or is it intelligence?
No, intelligence and pick a skill. Pick a skill that works narratively for building a campsite.
Narratively, maybe
Yeah,
science, because I want to do it scientifically to make sure it don't fall over in a pile of sticks.
So you're using Pythagoras' theorem to build a solid structure of triangles, and you're trying to predict changes in the weather and the wind. So science, yeah, I'll let you roll on science. So you roll an intelligence science, and everybody else rolls 1d20, but they have to say which skills they're using. They don't have to use the same skill as you, they can use something else. So somebody could be using repair, somebody could be using survival.
Survival. I will use survival.
Okay.
I will do repair.
So you do the main roll, Martin. Then everybody else assists it. So that's 2 successes.
2 successes. I'll assist with 1 success.
You're only supposed. Oh no, you are supposed to roll 2. Yeah, you're supposed to roll 2. Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're supposed to roll 2 dice. You've done it on 1. You need to roll 2 dice because it's still a survival and intelligence or a something else intelligence test, yeah, you still roll 2 dice.
Then I have 1 success because I
Yeah.
just rolled another one.
Yeah. You've got more than enough successes. You've got 6 action points though, so you don't gain any. So, what tier were you building? 1 or 2?
Didn't we use already 3?
Yeah, but then you got filled back up to 6.
Yeah.
What tier are you building, Martin? 1 or 2?
I was just gonna build the easy one, yeah, the tier 1 one.
Well, the thing is, the tier 1 gives you only 1 feature and it's got a difficulty of 0. The tier 2 gives you 2 features, it's got a difficulty of 2, you've rolled more than 2 successes, you could have the tier 2.
Oh, well, I'll do the fancy one then.
Okay, so pick 2 out of these 8. Campfire,
Okay.
shelter, comfortable bedding, cooking station, alarmed site, clean site, concealed site, defensible site. Pick 2.
Well, I'm definitely gonna pick the shelter bit,
Yep.
and then anyone else for the anyone really keen on any of the other bits?
Which one did you choose?
He's
Shelter
done
is the
shelter.
main one.
So
but
you'll not suffer from the cold weather.
Shelter.
Yeah.
Probably the fire. Probably to keep yourself warm.
I'm fine with that. Whatever everyone decides.
The one that's a really
And
good one
if
is comfortable bedding.
if we
'cause
would
you'll have plus
choose
2 hit points
one
tomorrow.
question, if we would choose the campfire,
Yeah.
do we get the basic cooking then?
No,
Also?
cooking station is a different one. Cooking station is one of the things, so you can't cook on a regular campfire, no.
Oh, I thought maybe you can on the campfire you could just like have little things of cooking and not like a full-on cooking station style of.
Cooking station is for cooking. A campfire provides warmth to help protect characters from cold exposure for short periods. Combined with a shelter, that allows you to sleep, rest, and recover from fatigue gained from cold exposure. Now, none of you have fatigue from cold exposure, so you could have a campfire and comfortable bedding, then you would be warm, and you would all wake up with plus 2 hit points tomorrow.
But none of us have lost any hit points.
No, but it's plus 2 on your max. It's like 2 temporary
okay.
hit points. It's the well-rested condition.
Technically temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To put it in D&D terms.
No, because it's not like temporary hit points in D&D. Because if you get temporary hit points in D&D, once you lose them, you only go back up to your normal. If you get these temporary hit points in Fallout, and then you lose hit points and then you get healed, you still go back up to the increased maximum level until tomorrow.
These are just a full day temporary.
Yeah,
instead
full day
of temporary after you got hit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Scoon, exactly.
Nice.
So what do you think? You're doing the shelter and...
The comfort one, I think everyone decided on.
So if you take
Bedding.
shelter and comfortable bedding, you will all get the well-rested condition tomorrow. Now, there's actually something on the character sheet for it, I believe. Tank, you don't get the... Red alert, you don't get the benefit of rests.
I understand.
So you should actually all be on 4 there. On the on the character sheet, if you look on the main section, just under your hit points and stuff, and under your skills, you see survival, and that's where you put injuries and diseases. So you can put the well-rested condition. So you click the 4th thing. You click the 5th thing. Sorry, it's already on for everybody, but I'll put it back on. And that means you increase your hit points tomorrow. Now, to increase them, hang on, because you should be on 8 there. What you do is you leave your max on the same number, your maximum, and you put the hit points up by 2. Like that. The max is
You're using my character sheet for it.
I've done it on all the character sheets. I've just done it on all. So, let me just double check the rules here.
I think the only way I could do that is if I do the like my perk, if I'm tinkering with myself and clean myself. That's the only way I think I can get the +2.
Okay, so you get a nice easy rest for the night, and nobody bothers you in your sleep, and you manage to have a good sleep, and you gain the well-rested perk in the morning. The well-rested condition, sorry, in the morning. Now, we have the other half of the journey. I need you to do the same as you did before, so that's the intelligence survival. No, sorry, endurance, survival, to see if we can find the crash site. So we have our navigator makes the main roll, and everybody else does the assist rolls.
Okay.
That's a
3 successes.
full success with a 1.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll the other things because you're maxed out on hit points anyway. On action points anyway. Okay, so I'm going to switch our scenes.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't even have you on my Diamond City map. I was showing it on stream, but I didn't have you guys on it. Look. So you were on that, and I didn't even have you on it.
No, we didn't
I
see. We
forgot to-
still had
yeah.
the normal view.
I forgot to move this
Yeah.
in. So, you were also... I'll put you on this one for a second as well, just because it's cool, because look, it's Diamond City in the snow.
Nice.
That's cool, isn't it? So that's been done by somebody playing Fallout 4 and putting a snow mod on.
Nice.
But we're now going to go to this one for a second.
That looks like a train that is derailed. Should be the place then.
So I'm going to come out with the book and I'm going to go back to my PDF. So there's a column of thick black smoke on the horizon, gives away the attack site's location when you get close. As you approach, you can all make a perception and survival test individually, an individual one each, with a difficulty of 1 to scout ahead. So I want you all to make perception and survival tests.
That would be really well for me because my perception is the highest.
Well, that's a nice roll. 3 successes.
Yeah, my target hit is 12. So yeah,
0
it's a
for
good.
Ronnie, okay. Tank and... Oh, Tank's got 0
I
successes.
thought I,
And
I
Red
thought I
Alert.
rolled it.
Nope, nothing came up
Never
for
mind.
you.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, that looks good. 2 successes.
Oh.
Okay.
I was almost afraid I was the only one that had successes.
So, Red Alert and Norm Allman, if you succeed, you spot scavengers moving about the ruins of the derailed train, and you can plan your approach appropriately. Ahead of you lies a ruined 2-car train. It's been derailed, blown off the track by a large explosion that tipped the cars onto their sides and left a small crater in the ground where rails once ran. A thick column of smoke rises from the wreckage, and small fires still smoulder and burn among piles of ruined crates and torn sacks. The signs of a desperate battle are everywhere. Sorry, 1 second, Scoon. The signs of a desperate battle are everywhere. Bodies strewn on the icy ground, bullet holes in the sides of the train, and smears of blood still look fresh despite beginning to dry. Go ahead, Scoon.
Are we close enough to the crater that maybe someone's Pip-Boy would make sound?
No, because it doesn't appear to have been there's no extra radiation, so it's just a normal...
So it wasn't a Fat Boy.
Like a fire explosion. Yeah, correct. Your Pip-Boy is just given that minimum background level radiation that it always gives. It never says 0, the Pip-Boy. It never ever says 0 reputation. Sorry, the Geiger counter on the Pip-Boy. It never says 0. It's always got a minimum, and you're just sitting on that background minimum. Now, it says here, add 1 action point to the GM's pool for each PC that didn't notice the scavengers before approaching the train. So that is 2 more action points for me. I now have 10. Because, so if you've never seen Fallout RPG before, viewers, my action points pool is unlimited. Theirs caps out at 6. Mine is unlimited. So, as you approach, well, how do you approach, actually? Are you going to approach cautiously and try and hide yourself from these scavengers?
I will put my hand up as a sign. Wait. Scavengers. And I want to at least... Oh, are we up there?
You're approaching from, let's say, that side. And I'm going to pull some scavengers onto the map. You see them moving around the train, trying to grab stuff. So how would you like to approach if they've not seen you
Stealthily.
We'll look at the others to like see what to go because he's like tilts his head and looks that way.
yet? Okay, so you're attempting to approach stealthily. Bear with me.
Yeah. And I do let Tank and Ronnie know that there are scavengers because only Red Alert and I have seen them.
Okay, so what side of the train would you like to come to? I'll say that he's over here, he's here, and he's here. Where would you like to approach? To what direction? I have moved you onto this map, haven't I? Yeah.
I would say that I would try to go behind the train and take that guy down here out stealthily.
Okay, so give me what's the roll for stealth? It's agility and sneak, or is it agility and stealth? It's agility and sneak, right?
Sneak agility.
Difficulty of 1.
That should be doable. Yeah.
Yep, so you managed to get snuck up on him.
So I'll go down here. And is there any? No, I don't believe there is a systematic way of just taking him out in one clean swipe.
So I can't remember what exactly we do with a stealth attack. I can look it up. How you do a stealth attack. I think it just reduces your difficulty by 1.
It adds. I believe it also adds a bit of damage, because that's what it does in the game at least.
It adds two dice worth of damage, I believe. Yeah, so you get your difficulty's reduced by 1, and it adds 2. No, I don't think it does reduce the difficulty. I think it just adds 2 damage of dice. I can check that though. Yeah. So that's the way that Norm is approaching. How is everyone else approaching? You all know that the scavengers are there. They've been pointed out to you all now.
So the only ones we see, this guy right here is in the train, but this guy's on the outside.
You don't see him. You don't see him because he's inside the train.
Yeah,
but you've seen the other 4. Even though these ones are on the other side of the train, you've seen them coming back and forward. You know there's 4 of them.
Ronnie, how good you are in sneaking.
So where did you attempt to sneak to, Ronnie?
I use one of the action points to roll again.
It's luck to roll again. Action point you had them before.
What about if I get Emmy to help me? Because we're pretty friendly. Maybe she'd like...
Oh, Evie.
Yeah, Evie, sorry.
I forgot to make an actual token. I've not got a token for Evie. Let me see if I can do something for her.
Well, she is not able to fight, so I would say if there are enemies, we would say stay back. Let the professionals deal with this one. Or if she is... No. I thought if she is that big, then just let her shoot one bullet in 2 of them, and then nothing's left.
Evie is not armed. She just helped you get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we would say stay back.
I guess I'll have to spend a luck point, because if everyone else is succeed... Oh no, it's only Norm, right, that sneaked up.
Norm snuck up so far. I'm going to get all of you to decide where you're going to go, and then we're going to resolve the results of the sneaking or the failing to sneak.
I don't know. I was just trying to sneak closer, so that... Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to sneak up a bit closer to the main tower of the...
Well, move to where you would have move to where you're sneaking to then. And then we'll do the other 2 characters, sneaking or no sneaking.
Run a sneak there.
Okay. Red alert. Max, what are you trying to do?
he's not a very...
That's a sinister laugh,
Wait, no.
Max. Jesus.
No, yeah, it's when I was like, wait a minute, he does have sneak. And it's like, oh, I forgot he has sneak. Yeah, so he's going to attempt to sneak up there, and he's kind of like, slowly, let's kind of like very cautiously walk up there, and hopefully he doesn't step on a branch.
So they're fairly distracted, so your sneak difficulty is 1. You've got a target number of 1 on this You've got a difficulty rating of 1. Sorry, target number is your personal thing. You've got a difficulty rating of 1 on your sneak.
Okay.
And don't forget, this is a Bethesda game, so crouching in front of a guard also works as sneaking. We all know Elder
It's an
Scrolls.
RxOliver game. It's an RxOliver game. And I'm good at making
Oh.
up rules, so no, that will not work. Where do you sneak to? That's a successful sneak, Max. Where would you like to go?
Okay. Um.
Wow.
So.
Not a high sneak. That's
All right. So the position where we're at over here is where we came from, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've come from that side.
Okay. So if I wanted to sneak, let me get a ruler. And if I wanted to sneak over here, like get it onto this side of the train, would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay, move your guy over there. And what's Tank gonna do, Chris?
So Tank has just caught up with the group because didn't know what was happening at any point other than camping under a bridge himself.
Right.
And sees the fire and sees these guys, and he's just plodding along happily, straight to the middle of the scene, not trying to hide, not trying to be unseen,
Okay.
just going straight over. Probably I'll be like, it's my friends, hello, really loudly.
Okay, put them where you want them to go. Just move them where you want to start the next scene. And we will, because it's 8:30, take our half-time break, and then we will resolve this situation after that. That sound good, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Bulla.
Cool. 5 minutes. Let's take a break. See you in 5 Twitch. And we are back for part 2. And as you can see, in the break I have drawn on the zones. Movement is quite abstract in Fallout, as you know. It's all about zones and ranges. We have Ronnie Reds, we have Red Alerts, we have Norm Almonds. I just need Tank's initiative up, please, Chris.
Right, and I just click the initiative and
Click the token
after the
first.
card
You,
or sheet.
you have to click your
Yeah.
token first and then click it on the sheet. Yes, thank you. That's it. So, we in Fallout, it's the person who initiates combat goes first, and then we go into the initiative order. So, Norm Allman, you are the fastest of the characters. That's a bloody good initiative. Like, so, would you like to go first? Would you like to act first?
You know what? I think I do, yes, because I sneaked up behind him, and I think I'm like just gonna shoot him in the back of the head.
Okay, and you've got +2 damage. Oh, are you aiming for the head? Are you?
Well,
so remember, aim is a minor
aim is
action,
just
but it increases the difficulty to 2. So you've got to get 2 successes if you're aiming. Unless you have a Pip Boy, Martin. When you aim at a specific body part, you don't increase the difficulty to 2. It stays at 1.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me last time. That's why I wanted.
Yeah, it's because of the Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System, aka VATS.
Oh wait, no. Because I have this.
Awareness. When you take the aim minor action at a target within close range, you spot their weaknesses. Next attack against that target gains piercing 1 or improves it by 1. Ooh, let me just have a look at their character sheet and see if I can work out what their weakness is then, mate. Okay, so their weakness would be the head because it's the only unarmored part of their body.
Yeah, so that means if I now take the minor action of aim.
Yep.
So
it's still a difficulty of 2, but your attacks gain
but it
piercing
gains
1.
piercing 1, or I can improve it by 1.
But what I would say is that gaining piercing 1 isn't going to make a difference if you shoot in the head because that's their unarmored part. So piercing gets through armor.
No, but then it improve it by 1. So that means that
or improves your that improve it by 1 means if you've got piercing 1, it changes to piercing 2.
Oh yeah.
So it's not actually going to benefit you to use that.
No.
In this case, because they don't have any armor on the head.
But I am just going to try and.
You still get +2
gonna
damage
shoot.
dice on this for free though. If you hit. So are you aiming for the head or no?
No success, so yeah.
0 successes. Okay. Now we go into initiative, which means it's your turn again next, Scoon. Because you're at the top of the initiative order. You no longer have the sneak on him, because you fired at him, he's heard the gun and he turns round.
Yeah, I'm just going to normally shoot at him.
Okay.
Damn it!
Oof, unlucky, mate. Would you like to spend a luck point and re-roll one of them?
I don't have a
Remember when you're
luck.
making these attacks, guys, you've got 6 action points sitting there. You spend the action points before the attack to increase your chances.
Now I'll just try one of them then. I'll re-roll one.
Okay.
That is agility.
Now, hang on 2 seconds before you do. So I guess you're not aiming at the head anymore because you would need 2 successes.
Nope.
So you're just
No.
shooting randomly.
Like
okay?
I said, this attack was a normal one.
Yeah, okay. Normal attack then. So re-roll one of them.
That's
looks
a
like
hit.
Success to me.
Hey,
Okay, so give me
it's
the
even a.
give me a body part then. Roll a body part and some damage.
That is a
3 is the groin.
3. That is.
So 3 to 8 is
Torso.
torso. But in the last game we decided for flavour that 3 is the groin. You
I'm
shoot him in the
gonna hit
balls.
him in the groin. So
Nice.
Well, not necessarily the balls. It could be a female scavenger. You hit him in the groin. You hit him in the money maker.
did I get an extra? Did you say?
You get plus. No, you don't get the sneak damage. Sorry, you don't get the sneak damage because he's turned round now. So it's just regular damage. So you do 3
3
damage
physical damage
minus his
in the
1.
groin.
He's got 1 resistance from armor, so you do 2 damage to his groin. He yelps in pain and screams, "We're under attack!" to his friends.
I think now his scream it would be more like "Ah!" because I shot his balls off.
Yeah, you shot one of his testicles off. Hits him right in the left nut. And
That was a
unless you
lucky
would like
one.
to spend 1 action point to take an extra minor action or 2 action points to take an extra major action, it's Red Alert's turn. Max? Or? Oh,
Okay.
No,
no?
next.
Max, what would you like to do?
So I see this guy before. So at the same turn, does this guy hear what his buddy getting? I don't know what's happening over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, everybody's heard the gunshot. They've all turned round and you've all been seen now.
Wouldn't they already been seen because of the super mutants shouting, "Hey, those are my friends"?
Well, yes, yeah. Only the 2 of you managed to sneak up anyway, so yeah. They've all seen you now.
Yeah, so he charges up there with a fist in hand and smashes at the guy.
Okay, give me that. Is it unarmed attack, is it?
Yes, sir.
And he's an assaultron, so he's got those hands that whir round and it's like a drill that he attacks with, isn't it? It's like a 3-pronged drill.
Yep.
Okay, roll to hit.
Okay, there you go. Submit.
That is 1
Yes,
success.
at least
1 is
one
all you need.
success.
Give me a body part and some damage.
So what do I roll for the body part?
Just a d20.
Okay.
And if I pull up a character sheet, I can see what it is, actually. So, 1 is the head, I believe.
Yeah.
I've not actually.
Okay,
I've got NPC sheets that don't actually have the body parts on, so I need you guys to keep me right.
Okay.
1 is the head.
Okay.
So, roll damage.
Alright.
Oh, you did. You got 1. Okay.
No. That D20 is from the head. I didn't roll any damage yet.
Oh yeah, you haven't. Sorry, I just see the roll damage button. I'm getting confused. Yeah, roll damage. So you do 1
Still one.
physical damage to his head. That's a shit roll, Max. Unlucky.
What? Yeah. But I add my melee, the little melee bonus, because of being a Soltron.
Your melee bonus is
Or-
factored in on your character sheet already.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I
I did
added
not.
it.
Nice. Thank you
I
for letting me know about that.
I did it for you, mate. It's already enough. I've been through everybody's character sheets with a fine-tooth comb and made sure everything's spot on. So
Okay, I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure about that if I had to, but
you've moved, which is a
Okay.
minor action. You've attacked, which is a major action. Would you like to spend any action points to take any more actions?
so what? Like, so the action points. What is that? Is that like? Is
So-
that taking like luck?
So for extra turns, you can do extra actions with action points. It costs 1 action point to do an extra minor action, which is move, aim, etc. And 2 action points, you can do an extra major action. So for 2 action points, you can attack again.
I'm gonna do that. Use 2 action points to attack
Okay.
again.
I haven't got your action points in the scene for some reason. Let me just drag them across.
Okay.
2 seconds. So here's what you're doing. You're spending 2 to take a major action.
Yep.
Okay, so you're now down to 4.
Attack again.
Make your second attack. Oh,
There.
2 successes. So you get one of those action points back. You're back up to 5 from the extra success.
Nice.
You may roll a body part and damage.
All right. So this is for the body part.
Just a d20.
Yep. So this is for the body part.
19, that's one of the legs, I think.
Right leg.
Right leg.
So
And
he's punch.
give me some damage. Oh, you have been unlucky with these rolls, my friend.
Yeah, your dice damage rolls are really bad.
One of those damage gets through. 1 gets through. Okay, now, you've taken an extra major action. You can technically spend 1 more action point to take an extra minor action if you want. That's things like move. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm fine where I'm at.
Okay, so it's now the turn of the scavengers. So
Yeah.
I think I'll just go from left to right. So the one that's right next to you is going to attack you, Max. Red alert. So he's going to attack with a serrated combat knife. Oh, I forgot to. I should have spent some dice on that. Okay, but that's a success. The body part will be now. It's different because you're a robot. So you'll need to look at your sheet for this for me, Max.
Well,
Okay.
he
Just
is
let me know
a humanoid-looking robot.
Yeah. So I think it is the same as a human actually. So what's a 9? I think that's one of the arms.
Left.
That's arm 1.
Left.
I would say that's the right arm.
Left arm. Okay.
Yeah, no, the left arm.
Left arm. Okay.
You're a humanoid robot, so the droid for the robot sheet is more for a handy for Mr. Handy, which has 3 arms, jet, body, and optics.
So I'm going to spend 3 of my action points to roll some extra dice on the damage. Right,
Ooh.
and so right leg, what's your, I think your physical resistance is 1, right?
2.
2,
But you have
Yeah.
1 piercing.
but I have 1 piercing, so... so 4 damage to your right leg.
Okay.
Now this is persistent.
Yeah,
so
you have persistent and piercing, so they both go off
Yep,
because
so-
of the Fault Boy head.
Yep, so piercing means that it ignores one of your damage resistances, so 4 damage goes through. And are you sure you've got 2 there, Max?
Well, because it's all
No,
the plating is
that's
2
your
for-
combat knife. It's you, Oliver.
Hmm?
That's your character.
No, I'm talking about
Well,
right
'cause
leg,
it's-
right leg,
it's-
right leg. So that's this one here.
Because it's-
Yeah, physical damage resistance 2, it is nice. So 4 goes through, and
Oh.
are you checking out persistent for me, Skoon?
Yeah, if 1 or more effects are rolled, the target suffers the weapon's damage again at the end of their next and subsequent turns, for a number of rounds equal to the number of effects rolled.
So for 1 more
The
round,
character may spend a major action to make a test to stop persistent damage early. The difficulty is equal to the number of effects rolled,
1.
and the attribute plus skill used are chosen by the GM. Some persistent weapons may inflict a different type of damage to the weapon, and where this is the case,
Okay,
it
so
is
Max,
noted in brackets.
you may make a
For
strength.
example,
You may make a strength endurance test, and if you succeed, you'll negate the persistent damage. You won't take damage next round. Strength endurance. Sorry, not
Okay,
strength
so-
endurance, because they're both stats. Strength or endurance with survival. Whatever's better, strength and endurance with survival.
Okay, so
otherwise you're leaking oil.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I change that? It's like I'm trying to figure this out.
Just go to the
If
D20
you
at the
click on
top.
the special,
No, you don't even need to. If you go to the D20 at the top, asks you how many dice, and it says attribute and skill.
yeah, but you can also
Yeah.
just change it by clicking on agility and next to the skill.
Yeah, you should be able to change it as well. So if you just click
Okay.
on the
Oh,
skill,
okay.
it gives you the option to change. I think.
Okay, that's fine. I did not know that. That's why I was asking the question about that.
Okay, so roll me endurance or strength with survival.
All right, just
To
did.
D20. That's a
Nope.
fail. You will take 4 damage at the end of your next round. Was it the end of his next
Yeah, but-
round?
It only once because you
Only
only,
once,
had
'cause only one effect was rolled, yeah.
effect dice, so it only happens
Yep.
once.
So that's the first scavenger. This one is going to pop out here, and he's going to shoot at tank. He's going to use a pipe gun. And I am going to spend some action points. I'm going to spend 3 action points to get 2 additional dice. Three successes, so I can give myself back 2. So I'm up to 6. And I'm going to roll damage. 2 physical damage on this body part. 9. 9 is one of the legs. No, it's one of the arms.
Left arm.
Left arm. So what's your damage resistance on your left arm, Chris?
0.
So you take 2 physical damage. Okay. Next we have this one. So he's going to turn around. And he's going to...
Scare shitless because there's a super mutant behind him.
So he's going to nervously try to attack you with his serrated combat knife. How many additional dice should I roll? How many action points have I got? 6. I'm going to roll 2 extra dice. So I'm going to spend 3 action points. I'm not taking it easy on you guys. This is our 3rd game. There's no taking it easy on you anymore.
This might be our 3rd game, but this is our first session. We're all still level 1.
3 successes. So I go back up to 5 action points. And I'm going to hit you in the groin. And your big super mutant ghoulies.
Ooh.
For 4 physical damage. Do you have any damage
I have
resistance on
1.
torso? 1. So take 3 damage. And our last one that is going to... Now he's in... Yeah, he's... Well, what gun did you shoot at him with, Norm?
What gun?
Yeah, did you attack with a gun when you attacked?
Yeah,
What gun was it?
pipe gun.
Does it have the close quarters quality?
Yes.
Cool. Now he's got a
Because
pipe
yours
gun.
also
Yeah,
has
yeah.
it.
Yeah, this guy's got a pipe gun, so he's got the close quarters. Close quarters means that you don't increase difficulty for shooting a gun at point blank range. I'm doing a decent job of learning the rules these days. So, I'm gonna... Oh, how many action points have I got? I'm gonna go easy on this one. 0 successes. Okay, so that is the turn of the scavengers. Martin, it is Ronnie, the Vault Dweller, next. What would you like to do?
Yeah, she's gonna use her gun to shoot someone. I guess the one next to the super mutant. Okay.
This one here. Okay.
Yeah. So again, I've not used ranged weapons in this game before, so I know I have to keep an eye on the ammo, right? Like,
Yeah.
quite
Oh, yes.
carefully.
Everybody, please remember to track your ammo. Very important. I can't do it for you.
So, right, well, I'm just gonna fire the gun. Right, so. Right, let's see if this works. So, to attack, I just click the gun right and then roll
Just click
it.
the gun,
and then
yeah. And
Alright, okay.
Ash, if you want to spend any action.
complication.
Right, complication. Okay, so I'm going to get the rule book out. Last games, I've just been taking action points instead of doing complications. But
Okay.
I want to actually start doing complications. So this, what kind of gun is it? A 10mm pistol. So this is small guns complications.
Yeah.
It's in the combat section somewhere. Let me just find it.
You can always choose to use a luck point to re-roll that 20.
You can spend a luck point to reroll that 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because last time my baseball bat broke in half and it took me
Okay,
like...
okay. So I'll not do the complication then. So spend a luck point and you can reroll 1d20. So that's the 20 you're rerolling.
But if it's become a complication now, then you're just in bad luck.
Yeah.
So I get to roll again, right?
You get to roll again, but you've got one
Only
success.
one dice.
So you've hit them. So just roll 1d20
Okay.
and take your
Top
luck
left.
points down by 1.
Yeah, I've done the luck thing.
'Kay,
10.
So
That
it's,
would be a miss, so then it's no
Yeah.
complication at least.
it's a miss, but you've got no complication, and you've got a successful hit. So you roll a d20 for the body part.
Okay, yep.
19 is one of the legs, right leg,
Yeah, I think it's right.
19 is the right leg.
and then roll your
Yeah.
damage. You can just hit the roll damage button on the chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so it's pretty much similar-ish to the gun thing.
2 damage. Minus his 1 damage resistance, so you
So
take
then-
1 hit point.
So then on the purple weapons bit where it says ammo, I reduce that to 8 now, right? That's how I
Yes.
track it.
Yes, thank
Done
you.
that. Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you. It's very important you guys track the ammo because it's an apocalypse. It's a very, very finite resource. Okay. Would you like to
No,
do
we can
anything
find
else?
it everywhere.
You can spend an action point to do 1 minor action. You can spend 2 action points to take an extra major action. So it would cost you 2 action points to shoot again if you fancied it. You have 5 action points.
I mean, I'm not super strong. I'm supposed to do all the social stuff and heal people.
Yeah, you are a quite a social character. She's a babe. She's got a 9 charisma. She's a babe.
Yeah, so I
She's a
mean,
Black
has
Widow
anyone
perk.
got in? Oh, because I do have that perk. If that was a male that I shot, don't they take extra damage?
I don't think it's extra.
Oh, you have Black Widow.
Yeah, is it extra
Yeah.
damage?
It says, but then I don't know if I've had to like. It just says
Black
blah
Widow
blah
perk
blah.
affects men
Yeah.
and masculine characters, while the lady killer perk blah blah blah. When you attempt, no, it's charisma-based skill tests. You get to
It
reroll
says, in
1d20.
addition, your attacks inflict
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah,
D additional damage against, but then
Yes, you
I
get to
don't-
roll. You get to roll 1 extra damage dice.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
because I know how men work.
Yep.
Okay,
1
So
extra
how
damage
you doing?
dice.
so I just roll 1d which
Just one
D?
of the face dice. You find it on the top left of your character sheet.
Oh, okay. Right, hold on. So, okay. I think I found it. Has it rolled it? I don't
Nope.
think it's rolled it. Oh, so I have to put the input the
Yeah, you put
roll
input
one
the thing.
combat dice, right?
So you do 2 damage. So it's a total of 3
Yay!
minus his damage resistance of 1. So he takes 2. Okay. And unless you wanted to take another action, it is Tank's turn.
That means from now on you need to gender all characters because it could be.
Yeah,
bad for you.
right. You do have to gender all characters because of your Black Widow perk. So let's say these 4 are all guys. I'll make this one easier on you. These are all men, right?
Yeah.
But then I will gender them all in future. Okay.
Okay.
Unless you're doing anything else, it's Tank's turn.
I'm
And
gonna
don't make them all
wait.
females just because you know.
Yeah,
no,
just
I
because.
won't. Yeah, so,
Yeah, it's not
sorry.
gonna work. They're the women. Like,
Hold-
oh my god.
Hold up 2 seconds, Chris. Did you say you were going to do something, Martin?
I just thought I might move because everyone's scattered, right? Everyone's all over the place.
Yeah. Now
so-
you haven't moved actually, so you can do that for free. You've still got a minor action to take. You get a major and a minor for free every round, so you can still move, and that won't cost you any action points.
Can I hide behind the super mutant, or is he in a different area so I can't?
He's
get
in a
to
different zone, so you can travel anywhere within this zone in one
Okay.
movement. But
Him? Okay.
But if you wanted to get into his zone, it's just an extra action point to move 2 zones because you can move and then do an action point for an extra move.
Nah.
Or you could just move to the end of your limit and I'll move in front of you.
Also,
Oh
is a
yeah, I'll
thing,
do that. So if I move there,
So
I'll
anything
do
within
that.
that blue, yeah. By the way, I didn't draw lines, but the inside of the train is another zone.
oh, okay.
I didn't draw lines, but inside the train is another zone. Okay, so Tank, it's your turn.
Okay. So Tank's gonna go, ha, puny human, and use his board and smash.
2 successes. Nice, because that's a tagged skill, so that's the 2's a crit, isn't it? Nice. 2 successes, so you gain an action point. You're up to 6. Oh my days, look at that damage. What's the body part? Look at that damage. That's the torso, isn't it? 7 physical
8.
damage. Minus his 1 damage resistance, and that's on this boy here. So 7 minus 1 is 6. He has 6 hit points left exactly, Chris. Would you like to describe how that goes down?
So I take the board and
Wait. Pause there.
javelin it.
Pause there. What is your board? Because remember, in the last campaign, Martin's was the old people crossing the road sign. What would you say your board is? Let's decide that now.
It's just a board of wood.
It's just a big piece of wood.
Oh, come on, put like 1% effort in. You could have a bit. Could have
He's
a little
even
bit.
lazier than you.
He could have a little bit of paint on it. Maybe it's red or green or blue or.
Well, it will be red in a moment because it
Yeah.
just stabbed the first person.
Yeah, he say I'm soaking in red.
I'll let you off. You redeemed yourself. Go for it.
Okay, now describe it then, Chris. Sorry for pausing you there.
Yeah, so fucking Hank takes the board and winds up and then just stabs him in the chest with it and then flicks him up and down to shake it off.
so you've hit him with a sharp end, you've javelined him, and you just went shook him off
It's
like
not
a bit.
it's a blunt object, so literally the force of like my strength has forced it through his rib cage.
So it's not even sharp. You have broke him open instead. You've not ripped him open. You broke him open. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, would you like to spend any action points? Saying that, you could still do a minor action. You haven't moved. You can do a minor action without spending any action points.
So for my minor, I'm gonna move to here.
Yep. Now, if you want to spend 2 action points, you would have another attack.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna use the 2 action points.
Okay, so you're down to 4.
Yeah, and then this guy, like, ha ha ha! Time to join your friend.
Yes.
You're almost starting to sound like a
successes.
Russian accent.
So that puts you back up to 6 action points. You're back on full, guys. Roll damage in the body part. Oh, 4 damage.
Ooh.
Give me the body part. This will determine whether it's 4 or 3, because they've got 1 armor on everything but their head. That's the torso. So he takes 3 damage. And that is your turn. Unless you'd like to do another minor action. You can do an extra minor and major each turn.
Nah, it's alright. I've got all my points back there for the boys to use, so
You did beautifully, yeah. So now it is our normal human who is most definitely not a ghoul. Mr. Norm Allman.
I'm just a normal man. Okay, I will again shoot at that guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Blowy. That is a good one. 2 successes.
Now, you're maxed out on action points, so the only way you can use this action point is if you use it immediately.
I'll use them immediately.
Now, the thing is, you can't actually use that action point here, because to roll extra damage, you use the bullets. If it's a gun, you can only use action points for extra damage on melee. So it's just going to go to waste, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything you can do with it, like...
Yes, there is.
Unless you do an extra minor action this turn.
Let's see, action point.
Or a major, and you would just go down to 5.
use the action points to scratch your ass.
That's a great ass skeleton.
It's 100% valid technique, you know.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can use that action point
Add
here?
extra damage.
Add extra damage is for...
On
wait.
a successful melee or thrown weapon attack. But couldn't I just say then that I will take another additional major action for those 2 action points?
So you only gained 1 action point. So you've got 6 plus 1. You have to use the plus 1 just now. So if you take a major action, instead of go down to 4, you'll go down to 5. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll do that. I will roll the damage for this one.
Okay. That's a
4
bit
damage.
That's a bit better, mate. Yeah, give me a body part.
I did. Number 8.
On number 8, so that's the body, the torso. So he takes 3 damage. He's looking
So that
well
is
bloodied now.
6.
By the way, Martin, I've
bullets,
adopted your thing how you say
6
bloodied
bullets.
and death's doorstep. I love it. It's a really good descriptive way without telling how
then-
many hit points.
I will
Oh, yeah.
shoot. I will take the second major action.
Okay. So you're down to 5 action points.
Yeah, and that is another success. It will be on
The torso
again the body.
Yep.
4 damage
another
again.
4.
4 damage. So 3 goes through. So that takes him down, Scoon. Would you like to describe his demise?
I'll just
I'm just moving him so I
I'm
can...
close enough, so yeah, why not? I just grab him by the shoulder, push my gun in his stomach, and just shoot 2 times.
Nice.
And that would be
nice.
both my attacks.
Okay, beautiful. Please remember to take 2 bullets from your inventory.
I did.
Nice. And it's red alert. Max, remember at the end of this turn, you are going to take an extra 4 hit points of damage.
So as at the end of my turn, I take an extra
At
4.
the end of the turn, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. As you notice, I did take 4 down from the previous one, so I'm at 7 right now. All right, so he's gonna smash again.
Okay. Would you like... Well, before you do, remember, if you want to use action points on an attack, you have to do it before the attack. So you've got 5. Would you like to spend any action points to roll extra dice?
So with that one, is it just either attack dice or damage dice?
No, you're attacking melee, so you can actually use them on damage dice as well.
Okay.
And if you
so
use,
if I want,
if you take action points before you roll your attack,
roll
you
an extra
add
dice.
d20s.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's why I was asking. So if
So-
I use 2, like one for attack and 1 on damage, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. So the one will give you 3 dice. So when you make your attack, it'll ask you, would you like to add extra dice? Add an extra dice. And that'll cost you 1
Okay.
action point. So you're down to 4.
Okay. Okay, hit that. Condition wise, yes, and submit.
5 successes. So you go up to 6 with 3 left over. So you're maxed out on 6, and you've got 3 extra that if you don't use now will be wasted. So when you roll your damage, you might as well add 3 dice. It's the maximum you
Okay.
can add.
Okay.
So add 3 dice to your damage and give me a body part.
What's weird is it's not showing where it says roll to assist. Is that
No,
Where
forget
the-
the roll
where
to
I hit-
assist. You've got to do. Don't. It's when you click the damage button, it will ask you, would you like to add dice?
no? That's the problem. That it's not popping up for me.
That's not popping up for you.
That's because you don't click on the weapon, do you? You click on the skill.
That's
So
probably
you
what
click
happened.
on your unarmed in your weapons bar, then it shows you damage.
Yeah.
underneath.
If you click
Now
on
you can
unarmed
just
on your
click the
weapons
damage
bar,
down
it'll-
on your attack bar
yeah,
on
you
your
can-
main
Okay.
page.
Yeah, click the damage
Okay,
there,
so-
and then
and
if
I
you just need to add 3 after, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Oh wow!
Was that with the extra 3?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So you
Yeah,
do-
it is.
Right, give me a body part then.
All right.
D20. That's the groin. That's the groin. So 5 physical
Gut
damage on the groin. On the groin. He is not yet
Oh, wait,
dead.
your gloves go turn right. They can spin.
Yeah.
Oh, he grabs the groin and spins it.
Oh, grab his dick and twist it!
Twist and pull. Since like I'm not. Since I do it again, I'm gonna use another 2 AP to attack again.
2 action points to attack again. Absolutely, mate. You've got 6. Right as well.
Yep. Okay. There's that one. Claw. All right.
Grab his dick and twist it.
I'm gonna use
It's a
luck
luck
point
point
to
to
roll
roll
that
a
20.
Surroundings.
Disrespect your surroundings. I love those memes. Yeah, so one luck point if you want to re-roll the 20. But you've got a success
that's what
already.
I was gonna do. Yeah, so that's what I was gonna do to.
Okay.
Let me get that to
A luck
4.
point.
One
On
luck.
your
So,
own
and
page.
all I'll do is just roll a d20, right?
Yep, and then just re-roll one of the d20s.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you use the D20 token in the top left on your character sheet, then you can also choose the unarmed at strength so that you can see what your target
So it
is.
tells you if it's a success or not, yeah. Right,
Yeah,
so,
that's easier.
You may roll damage.
All right.
Oh wait, did we do a body part for this one? We didn't yet. We'll roll damage and a body part.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, let's go there.
Ooh, decent.
Ooh.
Okay, pick a body part. This is just for flavour because he's got 1 hit point. Oh, it's the groin! It's the groin again!
Yeah, it's double cock punch. So it's like pistons go
Double
boom
cock punch.
boom.
I
Fantastic.
think you even punch his eyes out
Through the balls.
because of the pain he gets in the groin.
Yeah, you squeeze his
so
dick
it-
so hard his eyes pop out of his head.
So
In
in
true Fallout style.
All right, come on, re-enter. There we go. So I take the now additional 4, so
Now-
it means I'm down
now
to
you-
3.
Now you take 4 damage, yes. But that's the last time that happens because it was only 1 effect, so that doesn't happen again. Right, now it is the turn of the scavengers. Now, bear with me because I need to pop into the PDF because it says something about if half of them are defeated somewhere.
Oh, like a morale check or something?
Yeah,
Or like they try, if half is defeated, they run.
something like that. Yeah, bear with me a second.
I had that in my Dragonbane game as well with harpies. 2 are dead, 1 escapes. But it killed them all. All of them.
It's
brutal.
It says some here. They attempt to surrender if 2 of them are defeated. Okay, so they are going to attempt to surrender. They go, please. So there's only 1 left. He goes, please, please, please. He looks at you, Tank. He goes, please, 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 spare my life. Please spare me. Please spare me. I'll take you to the. I know where they took your stuff. I know where your stuff is. Please, 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 spare my life. And it's Martin's turn.
Oh, cool. So who are they shouting this out? Like everyone or just one of us?
Well, there's only this guy, so he's looking at Tank when he says it, but you all hear it.
Okay. Is there? Do we know that there is one more guy in the little train thing?
So that's a
Hello.
door. That's a door there. So I would say that Ronnie does, and I would say that Red Alert does. You can just see that there is somebody there. He's dressed very differently from the rest of these. He's not dressed the same as these scavengers. He's dressed weird.
I
Let's
mean,
see if I
so
can
is he giving up? Like,
Yeah.
putting his hands up?
He's trying to surrender, yeah.
Okay. I'll be like,
Now
okay, cool.
the question is, do we accept his surrender?
Yeah, I want to tie him up though.
Also,
Like, you know, don't wanna sleep
Martin,
him.
as you come closer to the train, the Geiger counter on your Pip-Boy does start to tick a bit higher. Starts to
I
click.
tell the group I think we should tie him up, but I do want to kind of look at what's going on in here. So I want to go in here.
Okay, so you see this man here. Let me see if I can find the description of him. Oh, okay, so if the PCs enter the car, I'm going to read this. So the train lies on its side, and the floor's littered with broken crates and long cargo straps that have been torn loose. A thin man in long white robes sits at the back of the carriage through a haze of lingering smoke. He's chained to the inside of the car, but he doesn't seem overly concerned. He hums gently, clutching a pendant hanging from a thin chain around his neck. The pendant is adorned with an unfamiliar symbol, a long triangle with a thick circle inside it, bisected by a vertical bar. The symbol emits a soft yellow glow that seems to be bringing the man some measure of peace.
Wait, he seems nice. I'll be like, what's up?
Ah, hello my friends, come to rescue me?
Yeah, probably. He's like, what do you do? What's your name? Does he have the same outfit on as Evie does? Like the white?
No. See, Evie was wearing the uniform of a Diamond City Caravan guard. This guy's wearing white robes.
Like a cleric?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be like,
I'm Brother Landon. You're a beautiful woman. What a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Would you help me break
You're
these chains?
no brother of mine.
Would you help me break these chains? And because we are still in combat, you've only got so much that you can do talking wise. So would you like to make any further actions? You've moved and you've spoke, but speaking's a free action. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
can I do the equivalent of an insight check to see if he's acting suspicious? Like
What-
is he lying about being like a captive?
Right, so here's the
or
thing, right?
Dangerous.
So in every RPG there's a role for bullshit. We need to work out what the role for bullshit is in Fallout.
I believe that would be.
Intelligence, speech.
It would still.
I
I
would
think
think
it's
so, yeah.
still speech.
You think what? Sorry?
I do
I
think
would
it's still
agree.
speech. Yeah.
I would say intelligence, speech is your role for bullshit in Fallout, yeah. Intelligence, speech, Martin.
Okay, so I just need to change something. Hold on. So speech, but it's
Speech with intelligence, yeah.
Okay, done.
That's one success. So what are you trying to work out?
Well,
And you're-
like if I can trust him, like is he like,
Lying.
yeah, is he a trustworthy person? Yeah, is he lying about?
I mean, all he's told you so far is that his name and that he would quite like you to free him of these chains. And he seems very genuine about that. He's certainly not bullshitting about that. He does seem friendly. He does not seem a threat. He's got no... You don't detect any, like, hidden malice or anything. He seems to be not a
Okay.
threat. Yeah, he seems to be not a threat. Okay, so... Unless you would like to spend action points to do more, we move
Yeah,
on
I
to
do.
tank.
I want to spend
You do?
one of the action points and
Okay.
free him, but tell him if he's a naughty boy, I'm going to send him to Vault 68 and that they're going to use him really badly.
Oh god.
Okay. So you approach him and you want to break his chains, right? It tells me how his chains can be broken here. Now, you made your charisma speech test. Actually, it says here about if you make a charisma speech test, you're going to get the following information from him. So, if you spend another action point just to get some more time talking with him, okay, so you're down to 3, he'll tell you that he's a long-time devotee of the creator god, Atom, and he believes in the divinity of radiation, and that every atomic... He just starts preaching, and that every atomic mass contains an entire universe, and when an atomic mass splits, such as during a nuclear explosion, the act creates a new universe. The man tells you that he's heard the call of a prophet known as the last son of Atom on his radio, and he's decided to join the new church. He's planned to travel...
Child of Atom.
He's planning to travel from his previous home in the far north to the glowing sea, searching for the prophet. And he designed this symbol he's wearing around his neck and plans to present it to the last son of Atom and hopes it will become adopted as the official symbol of the new church. He joined the train for protection, but it took him further away from his goal than he had planned. Now, let me see where the test is for breaking his chains. It's somewhere here.
I mean, it's really difficult. Can I call like the robot or the super mutant to come and break them later?
I can't find it. So, strength
I'm not very
and
strong.
strength and melee with a difficulty of 1. They don't seem to be very tough chains. Strength and melee with a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
And I'll call it a minor action because you've done lots this turn, and I'll put you down to 2 action points.
Okay. So, melee weapons with strength, right?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
you're not going to break the chains with your bare hand. 0 successes.
No.
Okay. Unless you want to spend... No, you spent action points to do
Yeah,
an
I'm
extra
happy
and an
I'll
extra.
spend
The only
enough.
way you've got another chance of that is another luck point to reroll.
I mean,
only
I'm
chance.
gonna do one of the. I would like to say I do one of the most cinematic moments that all teenage boys like from Pamela Anderson's movie, where she tries to break it with the boobs.
Oh, yes.
But unfortunately, she didn't roll high enough on her strength, so
Yeah,
boobs aren't
unfortunately,
big
you have
enough.
failed.
Well,
Okay.
boobs aren't big enough for this.
Moving on to tank. You are with the last surviving scavenger who has attempted to surrender. How do you react to that?
Oh, I'm gonna use luck to reroll that.
Okay. For people watching, he's got a strength of 12. Only a super mutant can have a strength or an endurance of 12. But their skills can never go higher than 4, whereas everybody else's go up to 6. And you can't have a charisma higher than 6 either, so there's some restrictions come with it. So that's your reroll on the 20, so you've got no successes.
Sweet.
Would you like to take any minor actions?
No, I'm gonna spend 2 action points to kill this guy.
Spend the last 2 action points to try and get him, okay, no problem.
Right,
You're down to none. And I'm on 5. 1 success.
one. Okay, sweet.
Oh. Right, give me the body part. If you hit him in the head, he's dead. If you don't, he's not. That's one of the legs.
That's just legs.
He is on death's doorstep. Now, you don't have any action points. All you could do would be a minor action, which you haven't done yet. So that would be move or any other minor action.
I'm gonna sit on him so he can't run away.
Nah, that would be an unarmed attack. You can't sit on him. That would be an unarmed attack. Norm, it is your turn.
Well, since there's only one guy left, I'm able to walk. Yeah, I can go here.
Yep.
Is
same
there
as
not
Norm.
one at the back of the train as well? No.
No, he's dead. This one, Scoot killed him.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So you already tied him up or anything?
No, this guy's not tied up.
I don't have anything to be able to tie him up, do I?
Don't think so. Well, here's the thing. Because common materials is quite abstract, and they're used for building camps.
Could be rope.
Let's say one of them could be rope, Scoon. Yeah.
I'll tie him up then.
Okay, so I would say it's a major action to tie him up, but he's letting you do
Yeah.
it because he's surrendering. He's letting you do it, so he is now tied up.
Nice.
The net symbol for tied up. Okay, so with all threats gone, we can come out of initiative. Okay, guys, what would you like to do?
Kill both of the scavengers.
Are you just going to hit him even though he's tied up now?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Anyone trying to stop him?
I can't see him. I'm with the other
I'm not
guy.
even over
It
there.
is-
So I don't know what's going on.
We're out of
It
initiative,
is
though. You
a
can move around
huge
freely.
super mutant. I don't think I have the. I know how strong he is, so no, I'm
Okay.
not that strong.
Go ahead, Christopher.
Okay. I'll just attack now.
Now he's tied up. The difficulty to hit him is 0.
So it
attack-
just hits him. Should
yeah.
I just roll damage then?
This would just be plain old execution.
No, well, here's the thing. With a difficulty of 0, you can still roll for the chance to gain action points, but also it gives you the chance to get implications. Or you can just succeed.
Oh, fuck it. Right, I'll just roll anyway.
Okay.
I'm on my character sheet. There we go. It doesn't matter.
3 successes, so
Three
you get
successes.
3 action points because the difficulty was 0. Oh fuck, he's dead. Right, give me the body part for flavour.
13.
Okay.
That'd have been
So-
there.
That's one of the arms. I
Right
think.
on?
At
Okay,
the right
so
arm.
Are you taking your rope back off him just so that we know how much common materials you have?
Yeah.
So you have 7 common
I'm like-
materials.
Well, if you would have told me you were going to plan on doing this, I wouldn't even have to tie him up. Why? Why? He said I surrender. Why would you do this?
They shot first.
Well, actually, I shot first.
I don't know. I only know how to kill and how to eat. And I know some other things, but that isn't until after the watershed, so we'll not talk about that.
Literally just after the watershed, so you can't talk about it.
I know how to fuck, alright?
But
Evie
Are
I
comes
was
in.
trying to think of a more colourful way to say that fucking sentence.
you know
There
how
we
to
go.
fuck,
Fornicate.
but you're a super mutant, aren't you? Like sterile.
He doesn't know that. He's
It
thick as
doesn't
fuck.
matter.
Yeah, not everyone fucks to breed. Some people do it for fun, you know.
And who's it? Let's not get into what a super mutant wants to do when it gets freaky. I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think that's gonna be a great conversation.
So Evie will join Ronnie inside the car, and she's looking around to see if there's anything left of the goods, and she doesn't find much.
Bitch, you can come and help me rescue this guy instead of like scavenging and stealing.
So
Not the Vault Weller thing to do.
so when she comes in, Brother Landon will say, "Ah, sister, will you try to free me of these chains?" So Evie's gonna attempt somebody. Oh no, because I don't have stats for Evie. I'll roll 2d20, and if I think it's reasonable, then I would say she breaks them loose.
If we both do it at the same time,
She's rolled a 5. That's good enough. She breaks his chains. So this guy is unchained now.
yay.
But you've already gained all the information he has from him. He
Okay,
says,
chain it back. Nah, chain it back up.
"Are you chaining him back up to the train?"
No, I'm just joking.
Well, someone's in some bondage. Okay.
Like it was a video game. I'm like, oh, I didn't need to unchain him. He told me everything.
Now, each of the 4 scavengers, the dead scavengers, has on them a serrated combat knife, a pipe gun, tough clothing, and I'm going to roll their wealth and their ammo in a second. So,
Ooh,
this is
nice.
their wealth. Between 4 of them, they have 42 caps.
That total, so we split in that between all of us. So
That's
like
10 each with 2
10
spare.
each.
And they have... Oh, this is going to be a fun roll. I need a character sheet for this. Just double check the amount that I'm rolling. 3, 4 times... Okay. This is for all 4 of them combined. Oops, shit, I just pressed cancel.
Oof.
They have 62 ammo, and it is
Ooh.
of the type .38. So there's 62, 38 ammo, 42 wealth, 4 serrated combat knives, 4 pipe guns, and 4 tough clothing. Now, bookkeeping is quite important in a survival game, so I would like that to get onto character sheets before we end the session, so that we don't
How
lose
many
anything.
ammo for pipe gun?
62.
62. Anyone else use pipe gun?
Nope.
Or .62 ammo?
It's .38 ammo. And I
.38?
know that Ronnie uses a 10mm.
Yeah, mine's 10.
So 38.
Here's the thing, remember, you can spend a luck point to change an ammo type, but that would
Yeah.
only be for a quarter of it, because this is 4 loads of ammo. So if somebody wants, say for example, Ronnie wants some 10mm, you can spend a luck point and a quarter of that will be 10mm.
Do you want that?
Well, no,
Nah.
no, actually, because that's on Scavenging. You can't change the ammo that these guys have got, actually, because they're firing it through these guns. So sorry, you couldn't change it. So it is 38.
So
It's .38 ammo.
38.
62 of them.
38 ammo.
Yep. 40, it's 40 plus the 22, so there's 62 of them, Scoon.
62 ammo.
Yep. So 62 ammo, 4 serrated
So
combat
let's
knives.
see, then I have 87 bullets. So
Nice.
I'm good for a while.
Okay. So let's see, so you've taken the ammo. Are we taking 4 serrated combat knives?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I might think that's better than my tire iron. Yeah.
So whoever wants one, put it on their character sheet. You've got 4 to choose from. We'll get them onto character sheets. Don't worry about the weight and the damage and everything else. I'm going to do bookkeeping on character sheets later. We just need to decide who's taking what for now. So there's 4 serrated combat knives, 4 pipe guns, and 4 tough clothings.
Then I will just draw in serrated knife. The rest you will do.
Okay.
We can always sell it anyway, even if we don't use it, right?
Yep. So who's carrying it? And I'll put it into your character sheet later. Just decide now who's carrying it.
I want a knife.
Okay. So you're taking in your, just add to weapons on your inventory.
Yeah.
Serrated combat knife. I'll fill in the rest of the details later. It's quite a handy weapon. It does persistent damage.
Yeah, that's why I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not good at melee.
So Scoon, you put one on your character sheet. Don't worry about the
Yeah.
details. I'll fill it in later. Crest, put one on your character sheet. I'll fill in the details later. Anybody taking the pipe guns?
No, I'm happy with all my normal gear.
Yeah, but we can take them to scrap them to
Take
have
them, scrap
material,
them and sell them. Yeah.
or we could sell them. And since we have a robot with us, he would need scrap to be healed
Yep.
Yeah.
because he can't be healed with normal healing.
Ooh, can I feed him the chains? Like spaghetti.
I'm writing it down what they all had anyway, so we can work it out.
Well,
in
we
between
could use
sessions.
the chains are useful, right? Are they
Chains-
like an item?
Chains are
like an
useful. Yeah. Chains
So
are
we
common
should take-
material.
so we should. No, but I mean, like for restraining people, right?
Yeah,
We could
yeah.
use- yeah.
Yeah,
So
in
we
fact,
should
I'd probably say
chains.
chains even an uncommon material, so it's probably the second tier of materials because it'd be better for tying people up than rope. So you're taking the chains. I'll put that plus chains. I'm writing it all down, and we can do the bookkeeping later in between sessions. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to tie it. I don't want to slow us down too much. So you've grabbed a couple of weapons. You're putting all the gear in a bag. So you have 4 stripped bodies, and Brother Landon he's free now, and he's gonna say to Ronnie and to Evie, if it's no trouble to the rest of you, I'll be on my way now.
I look at everybody else.
Isn't there something like a reward for saving you?
I have nothing. I'm but a pilgrim. I have nothing to offer you. I don't have a single
Yeah.
cap, my friend.
You are a pilgrim, and I'm just a normal guy looking to get some caps.
I don't have any
And I
caps,
saved
my
you.
friend. I'm sorry. There's none to give you. I do apologize. But
Give me the chain.
if we run into each other again, I promise I will pay you back. I'll pay you. But right now I have nothing, my friend. Please, I won't ever have anything if you don't let me go.
Do we now have to go to the traders thing like in New Vegas to get the rest of the caps?
No, so What you'll notice is that the train has been stripped of all the goods that were supposed to be on it. So all the goods for Diamond City, all that food, is not here.
Can we ask him where he went? Because he obviously might have seen.
I saw
Okay.
the people who tied me up here and who blew up the train. I only saw the direction that they went. As you can see, I'm tied up here, but I did see the direction that they went. I can point you in the right direction, my friends.
Can you tell us what they did? They look like the guys that we killed, or did they look different?
Now, these are just scavengers. These are your everyday people.
Right.
Because they're wearing tough clothing. That's the best armor they've got is tough clothing. They were well armed for raiders, my friend. Well armed and well armored. And there was 4 of them. I don't know if there's any more, but I saw 4. And they went that way, and he'll point in a direction.
Okay, I'll pinpoint it into my machine.
Yep, yeah, you can do that. Let me have a look at that. Yes, in that direction there. And he shows you the rough direction on the map on your Pip-Boy. He can't give you a location, but he can show you the direction. So that will make it easier if you do try and find them.
Can I check him for radiation? Because you said it went higher when we went inside.
As you got closer to him, the Geiger counter ticked faster. Yes, as you step closer to him, the Geiger counter does indeed tick faster.
Since I am from the Commonwealth, am I aware of the Children of Atom?
You've heard of them. You don't think you've ever met one, but you have heard of them, yeah.
Do I know that they worship a bomb?
Give me an intelligence. What do we think for this? See, when you don't know this system, you use survival. Give me an intelligence survival difficulty of 2. Nope. Nah, you don't know anything about how they worship an A-bomb. You've heard whispers of them being weirdos, cultists.
Careless whispers?
Cultists and weirdos and religious fanatics. It's about all you know about them.
So the entire and the entire world at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we're going to wrap up the session soon, but would you like to decide what your next steps will be now, or should we wait for the next session to do that?
Well, if there's nothing left in this train, the crates are also empty that are next to the train.
Yep.
Did we get a location where it might be, right?
You've got a direction.
Yeah. Should we go and follow up on the direction he showed us? Get all the food and everything back?
If you do, I'll move you to that scene, and then we'll finish the session, okay? Sound good?
Because I wouldn't mind living in Diamond City. Yeah?
Yeah, what do you think, guys?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's do that.
Okay. Now you should only see some of this map, the rest of it should be greyed out.
Yeah, I see the same map but without the train.
Shh, it's not the same map. It's a different map. Shh.
Okay, it's a different map without the train.
Okay. And I would like you to all individually make perception survival tests with a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
Should be easy for me.
And I'm going to write down who succeeds and who doesn't, and it's going to roll over to the next session.
That's a 1.
So that was Ronnie. So you gain an action point. Red alert and Norman. So Tank did not notice. Okay, I'm just going to write here Tank. no notice, and we're going to finish the session. So we will return in 2 weeks to see where you are now and what's happening next. So everybody, thank you all very much for playing. It's been really fun. I'm looking forward to session 2. Scoon, Max, Chris, Martin, you're all legends. Every game with you is an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad you've joined me for this one. I'm really looking forward to this whole thing. We'll go do our goodbyes on Twitch in a second, but I'll just wrap up my little YouTube thing right now. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. These amazing gentlemen are Scoon, Max, Chris, and Martin, and I'm RxOliver. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and remember, war never changes.
War never changes.